Yo, Deuterino.
Yo, Debo.
Felt like I woke you up there for a second. I heard a sound when
I dropped my pen right as you said that. It was like perfect timing.
I heard it. I was like, "Did I scare him?" We're doing the show. We're doing it.
We're doing it now.
this is happening, everybody. This is happening. Just because it. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Yes, it does. There it is. It makes sense. There he goes. Let me make sure my man always comes in when he needs to be. With G. G, how's it going with you over there, brother?
Oh, it's going. How are you?
Making it work. I'll start with that. I was talking to somebody the other day about losing the ability to BS. I'll keep it PG. Losing the ability to BS, to standing around the water cooler and having conversations that amount to nothing. Duder, how is your BS these days?
I mean, it's 70% of my job, so I gotta, iron sharpens iron. I gotta keep that sharp. But outside of work, I try to turn it off.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so let's put a couple of let me put a couple of contexts out there in the words of BS. Maybe your neighbor, right? This would maybe someone you BS with.
Couldn't pick my neighbor out of a line.
Couldn't pick your neighbor out of a lineup. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe the grocery clerk that you see 2 or 3 times because you go to the same grocery store, and so you kind of so you say, okay, maybe the mailman. Maybe the mailman is someone that comes by.
I will point to my ear as if I have headphones in, knowing that I do not. I can't. I'm listening to music.
And finally, maybe the barista from where maybe you, excuse me, get your coffee. Maybe that's a place of BS. Dude, are you able maybe on that level? Let me
serving me food. I'm gonna give them the cordial, polite BS, whatever I feel they require to complete the transaction.
Right.
I'm gonna blow just that amount of smoke up there. And no more, no less. Just deliver my clean food. Please do not contaminate this because I said some shit that I shouldn't.
Right. Okay. So,
G, because I pretended like I had headphones.
Before I ask how much Duder BS is if it's a waitress and if she's a female, let me ask you, what's your BS status? 2022.
It's still military.
It's still What is? Give me an idea what that means
for us civilians.
Yeah, for us exactly. Thank you. Shop? Is it just basically shop?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Yeah. What do you stick to guns? I don't understand. What do you the freedom? More. What is it? Dude? You okay over there, Duder?
Everything. Man, I got butterfingers over here.
Are you nervous, bro? Is this? I remember my first time.
Weird. I'm not used to doing this time slot. Is the problem? My body's
a hard time slot.
It is a hard time slot. I'm not gonna lie. Jenny had to remind me. She was like, "You have a show?" I was like, "Oh, okay, good. Yeah. I should go do that. I should go get to that." But you're right.
Reminded me. So.
It must be daylight savings. So probably what it is. But okay. So G's BS sticks to shop, and mine. I feel like I have the gift of gab, or maybe the ability to use words well. A natural conversationalist, maybe. But I'll tell you, man, being locked up during COVID and kind of even before COVID, but I kind of lost the ability. I found myself brushing shoulders with less people at less water coolers. I wasn't going to PTA meetings as often, and so I found myself losing the ability. I remember one day I was walking home and I saw one of my neighbors, and I went to say hi, and then I was like, but that's all I got. Like, I was like, hi. Awkward silence. And then that was it. So I was just, I realized at that moment my BS was low, but who could know? Speaking of BS and things that are out there in the news, we're just gonna talk about the elephant who got slapped in the room. And
before we get,
we're gonna okay.
I am itching.
Okay,
I'm itching to get
all
to
right.
That. You mentioned BSing the barista, and I happened to be at Starbucks yesterday.
I love that you use their name. Like
I mean, maybe they'll pay us eventually if I use it enough.
Yeah, it's good. Good idea.
Maybe I'll get a free toasted almond vanilla.
I think if you use the
latte.
person's name and then you give her a link or him a link, or they to this, and then you let them, maybe, but probably not other than that, maybe.
So I'm in line at the coffee shop. Is that better for you?
Thank you.
I'm in
Thank
line
you.
at the unnamed coffee shop where everyone gets their
Anyway.
coffee from.
I appreciate that.
And my partner is in the bathroom.
Okay.
And that's relevant because of the next part.
I'm hoping
This-
that's going to make sense at some point.
This attractive redhead comes up to me and she starts rubbing my arm and my shoulder. And she says, "Hey, they don't have any kombucha here." And I'm like, "Yeah, I noticed that too." And then I look over at her and she's like, "Oh my God, you're not my husband."
You are not my husband, sir. You are not.
And I
Nice.
said, "No, but he sounds like a good looking dude."
Sounds like an amazing, tall, handsome fella.
Yeah. So
That happened at
I bring that up.
that happened at Starbucks this weekend.
That happens at the coffee shop where I get my toasted almond vanilla iced coffee.
That happened to me once, but it was way more awkward because
Well, so that was my question. How
Yeah.
does that happen?
it's way more awkward because we were at a water park, and I mistake. I think I don't remember who mistook who now. Now I feel awkward that I should know this, but there was a mistake that
Because
happened.
my follow-up question
Yeah.
was, have you ever made them?
Yeah, I don't know. The mistake it definitely happened, but I forget at this water park whether she grabbed my arm or I grabbed her ass. I wasn't sure. Something happened.
Tough. Hard to remember them.
It was right. It was something inappropriate.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah,
That's the thing
and so something inappropriate happened, and it was thinking that this was either my wife or she thought I was her husband. One of the two happened. I can't remember who it was. It was me or her. And we both walked off and
I
told
don't
our.
think that'll work in court.
No, you're right. We both walked off, told our separate groups, and we both thought it was funny. But then, are we not allowed to look at each other for the rest of the day? Like, are we like, hey?
So you're right. So then my partner
Obviously,
comes out of the restroom, and we're sitting in the spot where you wait for them to call your name and
Uh-huh.
your beverage. And the redhead had disappeared after that. I thought like, oh, she left out of embarrassment. She was just like, I don't need coffee anymore. I'm walking out. I'll
Yeah.
go through the drive-through. So I don't know where she went, but she wasn't. I didn't see her. And then I saw a dude who, from the back,
from the sure.
could reasonably pass for me. The haircut's a little different.
All right.
But he's wearing similar colored clothing.
You liked his shirt, basically, is what you're saying. You liked his shirt.
He had a good shirt.
Okay.
He had a good shirt.
All right.
So I thought that's probably the guy. And then sure enough, I'm sitting there and I watched the redhead walk back in and she talks to the guy, arm around him. They look like they're husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
And but no, we never made eye contact.
Yeah. Oh.
And I was wondering, like, what's the rule here?
It was
Yeah.
a fair look, huh?
Ooh. I think I think in all fairity, everybody's allowed to look at each other and smile at this point because we've been embarrassed. And so then you're allowed to kind of have embarrassing smiles for the rest of the time you're in Starbucks, the entire rest of the time. Because, what's that, 3 minutes? So
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't very long, but we never again made eye contact.
Well, maybe she doesn't love her husband. Let's just start there, bro. I mean, you never know. I mean, maybe, she seemed really excited, but maybe she was like, "You been working out, husband?" Maybe she was like,
Well, I was
she's like,
recently
"New
going
guy."
back and listening to our previous podcasts, and one of them was The Secret. So, and we were talking about secrets to keep and from who and from what. So this is something minor, right? This is not a big deal. It's not, I don't know if it even qualifies as a secret.
Okay.
But would you tell your partner? Because neither of our partners were in the room at the time.
Oh. Let me ask G. G, what would you tell your wife if you were, some chick walked up, grabbed your butt, and was like, "Hey, baby, oh, I'm so sorry, you're not my husband." Would you?
Oh, yeah.
Would you tell your wife when she came in?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now, would you tell her if you were the one who made the mistake?
Yeah.
You're like, "Hey, I walked up to this woman and started talking to her and realized it wasn't."
Well, I have the built-in excuse of
I had a stroke.
Yeah. Very nice, Tudor.
Leave me alone.
It's written right here.
Yeah.
So personally, I think I told my wife when it happened last, so I think I would. Again, I'm still unsure if it was me or her, but yeah, I would definitely just be like, "Yo, babe, guess what? And I go tell her. I'd be like, who's the man? Yeah. That's what I would do.
Sorry to interrupt here, but double overtime in the women's Elite Eight between UConn and North Carolina State.
I saw the hands, and so I
So
wasn't
if I
quite.
seem distracted, if you have to repeat questions to me, it's because I'm watching women's basketball.
I didn't want to think I felt like, your partner or wife or whatever, but I mean, the fact that you were distracted, I didn't want to say why. But then I saw the hands, and so I knew whatever it was, you were not satisfied.
NC State hit a three at the buzzer.
You wanted to talk a little bit about women's basketball, and recently we've talked a little bit about. Was it women's basketball that just got the up? Yes, it is. March Madness. Yes, it did.
March Madness,
yes,
right, and you were saying that they got the upgraded facilities.
You got the that's right. And then you went in there and interviewed. Nobody because you weren't able to go in, but right.
We stood outside, tried to get in.
Hey, do what you can. So what was it that you wanted to bring up about women's basketball that you thought was conversational worthy?
I mean, the tournament has been awesome so far.
Okay.
I was watching, I think it was Indiana against UConn Saturday before we were spending time together. And I told you previously, Caitlin Clark was my favorite player this year. Iowa has already been knocked out of the tournament.
And I accused you of having a complete crush on her. Right. And so that was just my personal.
And I do absolutely have a crush on her game. She's incredible.
She's crushing
like
it.
Steph Curry. But I've pivoted now that she's out of the tournament.
Oh.
I'm following Paige Buckets on UConn. Her name's Paige Buchers.
Uh-huh.
But we're calling her Paige Buckets.
All right.
Okay. And she's coming off of injury. She had knee surgery. Missed a lot of time this year. Before knee surgery, she's averaging 20 points a game, which is crazy in college basketball. And right now in double OT, she's leading scorer for UConn. 22 points a game.
Why the flip-flop? Your team...
well, I can't watch Caitlin Clark anymore. Iowa got knocked out of the tournament.
I see.
Arizona's not in, the school I would usually root for.
Right. So now
I'm just picking and choosing favorite player.
Can we just... Is that who we're going to try to take all the way? Is that who we're rooting for all the way?
Well, the good thing when you just root for players is I don't care.
Yeah.
Whoever wins. I just want to see a good game.
That's what Jennifer says all the time. She just roots for the player.
When's the next? Yeah. Let's hook her up since you care. When's the next time she's going to play? And she's playing right now in overtime.
Well, she's in double overtime, so if they lose,
they're out.
She's out. She's not going to play again.
All right. Well, you'll have to give us an update before we go because I'm sure there's nothing I can do to make you stop watching. So, yes, I did say I'd do that, honey. Absolutely, I did. When I was watching the game. Well, then I don't know what that means. Yeah, exactly. Over to the other Smith. Did either of you guys actually take a look or were watching the Oscars when it happened, or did you, like me, have to get the replay and have context built into the idea? Where are you at there, G?
Jennifer came in, woke me up, and said, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock, Chris Tucker, somebody.
Chris Rock.
She was like, there was a Chris. Did Will Smith just have to slap somebody? No, that's another. It's Wayne Brady. Okay. She was trying to figure. I get it.
And I went, really? Well, I guess he's finally went off the deep end.
Dude, were you live or recent after or this morning? When did you actually see it? Were you able to actually see the video?
I was not watching at all. I don't watch award shows. I haven't seen any of the movies that are up for the Oscars. I have no frame of reference. It's not my thing, so I was not watching.
Okay.
Yeah. I happened to be scrolling Twitter. We were watching the show Is It Cake? Have you seen this?
Oh yeah,
Is It
Cake?
I
watched every episode from season 1 yesterday in a row. Just binged them. Is It Cake? It's the dumbest show. Either they make a cake that looks like something else.
Are we giving it 5 stars, or are we giving it the?
No, it's like 3 stars because it's dumb.
Foghorn. Oh, okay.
If you gave me the premise in an elevator, I'd be like, it's never gonna work.
Okay.
But then you watch it, and it's just I couldn't stop watching.
All right.
I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, wow, these guys are really good.
Oh, they're talented. They're so good, but just the idea of guessing is this thing cake or not
Well, yeah.
doesn't sound appealing.
Oh, wait a second.
It
I
sounds
missed
dumb.
I missed what you said. Is this cake? No, my kids made me watch this the other day. No, it's no, I felt stupider. No, you're absolutely right. If you pitched that to me in an elevator, I'd kick you off the elevator. I'd be like,
Yeah.
what are you
What
talking
do you
about?
think? Get the fuck out of here! I thought you had ideas.
I missed the taco. I saw the taco and I got it wrong.
Oh,
I got
it was
the
so good.
I got the taco. So,
See, I went the
but-
opposite way. I was really good for the first couple episodes.
Okay.
And by the end, I had no idea what was cake and what wasn't.
Why are we talking about cake? We were talking about something else.
Well, so anyway,
okay,
so I was
thank you.
watching Is It Cake?
Yeah.
And I'm casually scrolling Twitter,
Uh-huh.
and then on Twitter is just like just a sea of what happened in my timeline with no context.
Okay.
And now I'm wondering
what happened? Yeah.
And so now I got to dig a little deeper, and then it's like Will Smith hit Chris Rock. And so my first being brought into it was that he hit him. I'm picturing closed fist.
Right.
I don't
Bopped
know
him.
the context. I
Right.
didn't know he went on stage.
Yeah.
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 And then it slowly comes through the time. More and more
Trying to get more
clarification
information.
comes through the timeline.
Little less
and
fake
then
news.
eventually someone posts the clip.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, all right, well, I've got to watch the clip.
So would you? Okay. So after the clip.
I mean, immediately when I watched the clip, I was like, what the? Because we were watching with no sound.
Right.
Is a cake is on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Is this looks fake?
Right.
And then again, it comes through the timeline. Half the people are saying it's fake. Half the people are, it's like January 6th.
Uh-huh.
You're going to believe what you're going to believe.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to change your mind.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got the overseas feed. Australia, Japan, they don't bleep the cuss words out.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear Will Smith yelling back, keep
Yeah.
my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
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 I'm like, that's not staged.
Yeah. It's not staged.
You're not doing that if it's staged.
Yeah. 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 So I woke up and I caught the push notification.
Yeah.
Will Smith smacks Chris Rock, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I saw a news story on it. I saw the whole thing. I saw the context of it. I saw the joke that he made before. I saw the exchange off stage that they had after it happened, and I also saw that when he popped him, because he popped him.
Open hand.
Well, I mean, fine.
Slapped him like a hoe.
I mean, whatever. When he popped him,
He used the technique that he learned. I wish we could get LA's premier boxing trainer,
Well, this
Steve Gomez, to analyze this.
Well, this is my point. When
to
he
me,
when he popped him, he jumped right back. Like he was ready.
he used
for
the
Chris.
technique he learned filming Ali.
You think so? Okay,
I mean,
I believe
he
he kind of
did a little.
Yeah,
he had
you're
the
right.
Follow through, and then he was ready again.
He was
in
ready.
case-
Yeah, he was
in
ready
case it
for him to
about
come
pop
back.
off.
Right, he was ready for him to come back.
Because
But
if anybody else would have did it,
right.
Will would have been knocked out.
Well, I mean, he didn't do it to knock him out.
No,
No, he
Will
didn't do it.
would've
He
been.
made
which is why you go open hand in the first.
Which
place.
is why you go open hand, right? You're going open hand to prove a point. You're not going open hand to hurt somebody. You're going open hand because you're offended and it's a pride thing, and because you're willing to give the guy a shot after that, but you're willing to piss him off and then be like, I'm already hot, so I'm coming over here just to piss you off. That's the only reason I'm coming here. And so now we're here. Now we're here. Duder, the moment it happened, the words that hit my head were, Duder told me once that you could say just about anything that you want, but you're gonna have to deal with the repercussions that come along with saying those things. And I would say, for the most part, in life, like in a major life portion, you're not allowed to just talk shit about someone and not think that a repercussion would happen. Now, on stage at the Oscars,
right?
Maybe there's an idea that this is going to happen, and so maybe there's a change of etiquette in thought. But in reality, which is where they were living, they were both sitting in the reality. We're looking at the past tense. In the reality, I saw someone who really, in my opinion, was acting at some point in that walk up, because I'm pretty calm and cool too. But
I don't think he knew what he was going to do.
Exactly. Who knew exactly what he did, and just in context, and in the last role that he just played, all of the all of that emotion is still there in the last role he just played. The last role he just played was his father, who was very,
King Richard.
Okay, and so my whole point is, who was and then I bring up his name only for this point. It's a major, major point. Batman 2, the Joker,
Right.
got so much into his role that he
You're
had.
talking. That's not Batman 2, but I understand.
It's not Batman 2? What is Batman?
It's not Batman 2 to me.
Okay,
G
fine,
knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, fine. Thank you.
This is Batman.
Not Begins,
the
but
Christopher Nolan.
thank you. It's not Batman Begins.
Returns.
Yeah, Batman Returns. Thank you. And who's the star, the co-star? Best performance of his life.
The blonde kid.
Joaquin Phoenix.
No, the Australian.
No.
The blonde, long-haired guy.
Oh, that one. Who was that?
It'll come. I thought it was Christian something. But anyways, he knocks it out of the park.
Somebody will Google it.
Somebody will tell us. And then he end up taking his own life. And because he's so into this role, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm not his bestie. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was the role or his whole life or whatever. But I do see a little bit in Will's context of what's kind of going on in his life. And
Heath Ledger.
Thank you so much. Thank you for saying his name. In context of what's going on in his life and him kind of acting out. I want to be specific about this. Acting out, but. I mean,
all right. Well, real quick, you're saying acting out. Do you think it was staged?
No, I don't think it was staged.
Okay.
Not even in the slightest. I think that I've done similar things that he did, and scared the shit out of people too, because you're calm in the moment, right? And you go and you do something, and someone just goes, "What the hell just happened?" It's like I was calm. Like, damn, yeah, I've done that exact same. I've played that exact same role and thing, And so I in that sense I get it, but I got to be honest with you. On the other side of the coin, could have just got up and walked out.
He could have
got up and walked out.
Yeah.
You could have waited till a commercial break.
Yeah.
Went up on stage, pulled him aside.
Yeah.
Hey man,
so many other ways.
There's a lot of other ways.
You're gonna come out of this break and you're gonna apologize.
Yeah.
Or
Jennifer came
we're gonna
out
have a
and
problem.
went with. He should have just used his words. He didn't have to go up there.
Yeah.
But then I went. Look at what Ted Cruz didn't do when Donald Trump insulted his wife.
And that's a great point, G, because part of the issue is that I see people defending Will's actions, but I think the people defending that give Will Smith a grace period because he's Will Smith. And if, say, you were at a bar or you were at a comedy show, you were at, whatever, the Laugh Factory, and you're sitting in the front row and the comedian makes an offhanded comment about your partner, are you going to get up and smack the dude?
Apparently you will if you're Will Smith.
I mean, and I mean, apparently, I agree with you, G. Apparently you will if you're Will Smith. But I mean, so like, I think to Duder's point, what if that was 50 Cent?
He would have been tackled by security. The media would have killed if 50 Cent was the one who smacked him?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, right.
He would
right.
have made it back to his seat.
Is my point. Yeah. And so again, the calm demeanor that Will played it off. This is where I feel like he was acting out. There, when you're calm all the way through it, all the way to it, it says something about you and what's going on. The reason why they didn't escort him out because he went back and sat the fuck down. He didn't fight him. He did not fight that man, and he was also willing to be like, "Sir."
He gave it a moment, though.
I mean,
he
did.
Was ready if Chris was going to take it.
Yeah, sure, because it was gonna. He was gonna. Yeah, I mean, But anyways, he went sat back down because. Dude, what
else is he gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, like,
what is he gonna do at that point?
Dude, if
I went up there, I hit you, you're not hitting back.
Yeah, and I'm not saying
we're on live TV.
What? I mean, there. But again, to your point of emboldening others because of seeing someone's actions and recognizing how that will come about. I mean, like. Just like you said, if you're at another comedy show and someone makes fun of the person you're with, you are now 100% emboldened to go do what you've seen somebody else do. and get away with. I'll be specific. I
don't think you're going to get away with it.
See,
I don't think
Well,
anybody else is going to get away
Will
with it.
is going through some other stuff that Jada has been messing with him with, and everybody knows it.
Well, I mean,
And he's been the butt of so many jokes, and I think he just had enough.
I mean, but tell that to either or Chris Rock, or tell that to either or the random guy who is in the next scenario,
who's going through
the plenty, right? And it's the part
just got in an argument on the way to the show.
The thing you say to him
Carter's
is,
yelling at him, "You never stand up for me."
the thing you say to him is, "You better be Ted Cruz."
Oh man.
And just take it.
Now, see, let me throw Ted under the bus here for just a second. You know, what about that side of
My
the
favorite part of the show.
Here we go. What about that side of the coin? You know, not standing up for your wife.
Yeah.
Not standing up for what you believe in. But again,
his words.
you could have stood up. You could have just stood up.
Ted did not use his words, and I think that's the difference.
Anything.
Ted Cruz just let it happen.
He bent over and said, "Do it again."
He's like, "Yeah, you're right. You're right. Big D, Big Donnie.
Yeah,
you got that right." But I think in that situation, in the Will Smith Chris Rock situation,
yeah,
you use your words,
right,
and you do it at a different time period.
Yep.
Will Smith has been in show business his entire adult life.
But I mean, that's why I feel like he wasn't showing. He wasn't showing.
I mean, he would retire now.
But that was his reaction. That was his reaction. He didn't plan that.
He didn't think about it.
Right. Okay. He didn't think about it. I mean, so he was on pure reaction. And the only thing that you want to say is that, hey man, you know,
lock it up.
I absolutely lock it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
lock it up. Wait till commercial break.
No, I wouldn't wait for get up and leave. 100%. Get up and leave. Yeah. Because that says more than enough. That says everything you need to say, and you've made your point without a doubt. There's no going back into why did someone just get up and leave after you just made a joke with my wife. Same as why did he just slap me across the face after I just made a joke about.
Well,
his wife,
the difference is get up and leave. You're not necessarily sticking up or defending your. I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do.
No, I mean I'm hearing you.
I'm saying all the people who have Will Smith's back and they're saying, yeah, he stood up for his wife. He's a man's man, or whatever.
They should understand that standing up means just that. That's what the hell that they should understand, dude. Because standing up means just to stand up for someone. But the fact is that he could have walked up there and been like, hey man, I don't appreciate. He could have done the same thing without the slap. I don't appreciate. Words. Disrespect, and then walked off. All those things could have been happened without the physical, and that's where we're at with it being physical, because man, we're in a world where I don't know about the physical. I mean, we're talking. I'm gonna talk to the CEO.
I mean, you came on this show.
You
came on this show talking about Russia invading Ukraine. War is dumb.
Yeah.
Why do we resort to violence? And this is not that.
Yeah.
But the same state of mind of why is everyone so quick to jump to violence?
Yeah. No, it's on the same line.
Also apply.
It does. No, I'm with you. That's why. This is why I am with what you're in the comparison that you're making, and I agree with the comparison that you're making, because he should have stood up.
He should have.
And walked out. He should have stood up and said
other ways
something.
He could have handled this.
Right. But he decided, as a man. Go ahead, G.
There are other ways as a man that you could have demonstrated that what you didn't like. And there were so many other ways versus going up and slapping somebody else across the face on worldwide television. Just because you feel like you've been getting a bum deal for the last 2-3 months because your wife.
I mean, to be fair, it's been going on. Will and Jada have been having a public issue
forever,
for quite some time.
Yeah,
and there was a whole entanglement thing,
and then there's that whole sleeping with the rapper. He didn't do anything with the rapper.
I mean,
well,
he didn't do anything with that rapper saying I hit your wife. I smashed your wife. He didn't say anything.
He didn't walk
Were
on-
they in the
he-
same room?
He did
Were
tough,
they in the same
he did
room
tough
when
guy.
Jude
He
was
didn't
saying
tough
that?
guy walk on stage then
Yeah, he did
calmly
tough-
and
Well, I'm
slap
saying,
him
did he
across-
have the opportunity, or was this like a Twitter war?
It's Will Smith. He could have flew out to find this fool.
which is
Yeah.
which is the whole point of why this was a gut reaction, that
Yeah.
he was in the moment and he just handled it poorly. I mean,
He did.
we all envision ourselves doing maybe what he did specifically. I think, and when we sleep at night, that's what we kind of envision. Possibly, just your emotions,
Disagree.
just your
Jen
emotions,
already told me-
not your mental, not
Jen
your.
already told me if I had did something like that, she would have been so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know. I can't be doing like I used to. So
Right. Well, yeah. And Duder, what do you say? Do you think that you don't think like this at all? That you don't have the kind of gut jerk reaction to lay hands on somebody? I guess is really what he decided.
I mean, I don't. I really don't. I've been happy to end plenty of fights in my lifetime.
Sure.
But I'm usually not the one starting.
Yeah.
But I would definitely, you talk about how you would envision what, if you were watching yourself respond perfectly,
Okay.
I would, or as you would,
I was talking.
as you would hope you could.
I was talking emotionally. I was talking if you let the brain go for just a second, all right, and you go back to everything every other guy taught you about anything, and then you say, well, how am I supposed to react in this situation? I think you may revert to a dumb decision.
Well, I think you're 100% right in what you just said.
Okay, that's
if
what I was.
You were thinking about what a man had taught you, or what someone taught you, what it was like to be a man.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I think that's the toxic masculinity bullshit that we've been trying to get rid of for not a long time, but for the last couple of years.
For a while, yeah.
Because I don't think a man's man should go slap another man because he made a joke. Like I think a bigger man would handle it differently.
You said a really catchphrase word in here, masculinity, and after watching the Supreme Court hearings and then having them make her define what a girl is.
Oh gosh.
I think in talking masculinity and what defining what a girl is, I agree with you, Duder, that we're in a world of weird change, right? We've got this. We can't define what a girl is because we know you're going to use it against me. And we have, masculinity that is draped in a
toxicity.
I mean, I was going to say a lifetime of itself, or I was going to say eons of it being this way. I call it the gorilla mindset for the man, right? Because we just kind of revert back and we become these caveman. Thank you. It's just the animal that's in us. I call it. I mean, it is not. It's not real if you think about it. But then, if you're not thinking and you're just on emotion, it can be absolutely real. But anyways, in the new age of masculinity, and wanting to make changes, without sacrificing maybe some of our pride, where is that new stance? Because I agree with you, Duder, that
pride has got a lot of wars started.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean,
oh yeah,
starting shit because you can't sacrifice your pride is exactly the problem.
You're right, but again, at some point you want to stand up because you feel like you're doing something right, and that has a little pride behind it. I'll say again.
I mean, there's.
I said my wife is home.
Oh, well, okay.
I mean, there's a time and a place to fight. There's room in life for these things, but responding to a comedian making it, let's not lose sight of this.
Yeah.
Responding to a comedian
let's not lose sight.
Making a joke after they've made jokes about a bunch of other people. It's not like he was just up there picking on Jada.
Right.
Yeah.
He's been making jokes all night. I didn't watch, but I know how these things go.
He's
been making jokes
and it's
all
Chris
night.
Rock.
Yeah.
He was talking
It's Chris Rock.
Yeah.
He's whoever was in his eyesight.
Sure.
Sight.
Yeah.
He made a joke about that.
It wasn't Dick Van Dyke, but it was the same. We understand that you're going after the audience, and this is his style. And Duder, I think you hit it really, really good. In context, we are still talking about a live television show. We're talking about
Right.
your name is Will Smith. Did you not forget that? And we are talking about Chris Rock.
Your name is Will Smith, and you're up for the Best
Yeah.
Actor award. So you're going to be on camera.
Right.
They sat you in the front
Yeah.
for that reason.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not very often that I want to say these things. I like to keep my should out of my mouth,
Right.
whether that's on myself or other people. But let's go ahead and play the horrible game, which is what should have Will Smith have done. We're in the should category. I hate should. Should on me. Don't should on me. You should on me. Don't should on me.
Should show.
G, thank you. What should Will Smith have done?
I'm like, well, dude, he could have got up and walked out. If they didn't like the joke, they could have got up and just left.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead. We'll give that one. Yeah, we'll take that one for it. All right. Duder, we're going to ask specifically, what should Will Smith have done at the Oscar night?
I think what he should have done is waited for a commercial break, walk up there, grab Chris Rock's arm in that like dad fashion when the son comes to take your daughter out on a date. You want to let him know you're still there.
Oh, Lord.
Grab his arm in that fashion and be like, Chris, I don't appreciate that. And what's going to happen is we're going to come out of commercial break and you're going to apologize.
Well,
because I got some shit going on. You remember that whole entanglement thing? I need you to just come out here and apologize, or it's going to be an issue.
well, everything except for the grabbing physical violence. We're going to take that one to the bank as well. Make sure that you keep your hand below the elbow.
Connecticut wins in double overtime.
Oh, all right. So she's going. So
Paige Bucket's going.
There we
to
go.
the Final
Paige
Four.
Bucket. We're getting Paige Bucket back. All right, Duder. Now that I played my should game, why don't you close us out of here, man? And well, I'll let you tell it.
Mm-hmm. So we talk about what he should do, and we all pretty much agree he should not have done what he did do. But it's Will Smith, and he was allowed to get on stage, slap the Oscar host, sit back down, not get kicked out, not get ejected, and then win the Best Actor award, like the next category, and not only win, but he got a standing O when he went up there to give his acceptance speech. He slapped the host like 20 minutes later, standing ovation. Best Actor. So it takes a certain, we were talking like if you're at the Laugh Factory and the comedian makes fun of your girl, you can't just get up there and slap him.
Right.
So it takes a certain person who can get away with that. Will Smith obviously could.
I want to say, yeah, it takes a certain kind of person, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've compiled a list of 10 people.
Okay.
Now I'm not saying they could get away with it. This is not It's Lit or What Are You Smoking? There's no wrong answer. But I want to get your and G's opinion. Could they or could they not? Now we're in the could category.
Okay. Well, we don't normally do should and coulds because here on the Dude and Debo with G, we tend to keep our opinions outwardly and let you guys figure out what life is going to be like. Make your own decisions. But today, it's a sad day when we talk about the should and could. But let's see, Duder, who could have got away with this?
All right. I got a list of 10 names.
All right.
Debo, you're going to start us off. Tom Cruise.
Ooh.
Could Tom Cruise slap the Oscar host, win the Best Actor/Actress award, and get a standing up?
I want to say
today,
okay,
not in his prime.
Oh, good. Oh, well, I changed my answer. Hold on, because I was gonna say with
Or
Top,
should we go in their prime?
you got to take him. Okay, listen. This is what I was gonna say. If Top Gun was up for the Best Picture,
or he's Best Actor,
he's Best Actor in Top Gun, which I don't even know if he won, but whatever.
No, not even close.
Probably not. Whatever. It's what we look at Tom for. Okay, all right. That's what we would say.
Yeah.
So. And he was feeling that Top Gun, energy, he had a little bit of that.
That's right, Iceman.
That's right.
I am dangerous.
And then all of a sudden he was sitting there and someone, made fun of his date. The problem that Tom would have, okay, here would be Tom's problem.
He's 5'4".
Yeah.
He would have had to swing up at Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
The problem Tom would have had is he would be thinking to himself, he would have ran. He wouldn't have walked up there, and so they would have thought something was happening. So it would have been more of a brawl situation because Tom could not have pulled off the walk. All the way to the right, you know what I'm saying? Tom would have been like, oh, and ran up there, and try to slap him, but it would be like this long slap, way slow motion, and so I don't think Tom would have pulled off. So I'm gonna go with the foghorn. I'm gonna go. He would not been able to pull that one off. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go.
G.
Oh hell no.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, too many things. He's a Scientologist for one.
Well, now I don't know much about Scientology, but I hear that they run the awards, so I feel like that would give him an edge.
No.
I wasn't going to bring up the man's religion.
We still got a firm no. Firm no on
Firm
Tom
no.
Cruise.
Okay,
No.
there we go.
Even
Nobody-
after Top Gun.
Yeah. Oh,
Even after Top Gun.
still after
because-
Top Gun. No. Okay, there it is. There you go.
Number 2.
All right.
G, you're going to start us off. Brad Pitt.
Oh no.
That's a no to Brad Pitt.
No.
Brad Pitt today or Brad Pitt in his prime, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. He wouldn't have been able to do it. I'm gonna tell you, if it was still Chris Rock up there,
Still Chris Rock, right?
Oh, that's gonna
Is
play
it-
a role though.
yeah, because there is no way in America right now
Right. I
Yeah.
keep going. I keep
Yeah.
going back and forth.
that a
Yeah.
white guy
You're
is
right.
gonna walk up on stage
And just
and
slap him.
slap
Right.
the taste out of a black man.
I just didn't see that ever happening.
We may have to level the playing field.
I
Yeah.
keep going back because the first thing I thought Tom Cruise. I'm like, not today. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Nah.
If
It's Chris Rock.
I didn't
No.
even think about that.
yeah.
No.
That's what I thought of. And then I was like, eventually we'll get to Denzel, and I'll make sense out of this. But
He's
no,
on the list.
I figured he
He's
is.
on the list.
But the point
No.
was that you really have to. I really feel like you have to line them up with a host. Like I feel
Yeah.
like you're throwing everybody at Chris Rock 2022, and
Ain't
we're
nobody-
like if they're white. No, like it's not gonna. It's not. They're definitely not gonna do it. If you know what?
What if it's
let me ask you
the
this.
host is Jimmy Kimmel?
No. I'll answer Jimmy Kimmel. Who do you got left for the brothers? For Chris. We'll make this racist as hell. Who do
I
you
only
got?
got 2.
Okay. Okay. So let's just answer Denzel. Since
So
we know
Denzel.
Denzel. G. What do you think about Denzel?
Denzel could have got away with it, but Denzel would have did it with style because he would have had his high butt and his swagger.
Yeah.
with his arms swinging in front of you, like his King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Mhm.
walk.
I mean, does he
Yeah.
go Training Day Denzel?
Yeah,
Or is it
he'll be-
more like
He would go Training Day.
Devil Wears a Blue Dress Denzel?
No,
Nah,
I think
it would have been Training Day. Denzel.
I agree with G as well that he could have pulled it off for Chris Rock, but I
Yeah.
think that he would have been pulled off American Gangster style, where he would stand up and he would button his suit first, and then he would Well, he stands up right, and then not three,
Little baby
no,
powder?
no baby powder. No, he would just stand up and just give that smile like my man, and he would just button the top suit, and everybody would be like, oh, just standing up, and then he would slowly walk
And just-
himself
yeah.
right up like what's my man? Wait, I can't think of his name. He would come all the way up to the top, and he would look like he'd be like, oh, he's gonna come up here and say something, and he would just
And just
whack,
slap
and then it would hurt though. That was the problem.
Yes.
One problem I was having with Denzel do it. Denzel would do it. It would hurt. Chris would be
It
like,
would.
oh, I can't play that off. Like I can't
No,
just. Oh, that fucking hurt. Like,
yeah.
oh, Denzel. And Denzel would just smile back at the crowd and he wouldn't do the fuck you shit. Like, he wouldn't do
Nah.
like out my name. He would just stand there, smile, and be like, you know what I did. You seen it. You were there. You felt it.
did
Denzel.
that.
And
He was-
unbutton before he sits
He was-
down. Yeah.
He said, I did that.
Yeah. But anyways, that's what we give you. Who else you got?
I got Lupita Nyong'o.
Who was she going up to slap?
She was the one sitting next to Will.
Yeah, I know. But who was she?
She's
who was
in 12 Years a Slave with
Yeah, I know.
Denzel.
But would she go up there and slap Chris Rock?
I mean, so the
Could she get away with it?
Yeah,
Not
okay.
Would she do it?
yes.
Could she get away
Yeah.
with it? Not get kicked out, get the standing O.
Ooh,
Mm.
that's a
Mm.
hard.
You gotta meet all 4 check marks.
Standing O.
You gotta be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if she
Not
get
get
the
kicked out.
Yeah.
She could win Best Actress because she's already been nominated,
I don't
and then get the standing up.
I don't
I don't think
can
she
do
gets standing O. I don't think she could.
Yeah.
I think eventually they'd be like, remember when you just hit the host? You know, they'd be all mad at her, and
It'd be like half and half.
yeah, like you know, like the yeah. I don't know. I know Denzel. All right, let's flip let's flip it over to now. Give you scenarios that don't happen in 2020 where race is not like overbearing on the ideas that are being expressed, and who give us 2 or 3 other ones. Let's not beat them all up. And they're going against Jimmy Kimmel. They're going against Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy did a
Kimmel's
lot.
The host.
Jimmy did a lot of Oscars.
Yeah,
so
he did. He did.
and then and just in all fairness, we'll give one to what's the little guy that did a lot of the Oscars? Kevin Hart. We'll give Kevin Hart. Didn't Kevin no? Kevin didn't do the Oscars.
No, I don't.
No,
know.
because he wouldn't walk back his. He made some offensive comments. I don't remember what they were.
That's why they didn't let Kevin.
But
do
he
it.
wouldn't walk him back. He was about to do it, and then they're like, "Oh, you tweeted this, 5 years ago."
So they would.
And he's like, "I'm not going to apologize for it."
So
Like,
well,
"All
you
right,
know
we're
what?
gonna get
No.
Jimmy
Like I said, we will let Kevin Hart, your last guy that you have on your list. We're giving him Kevin Hart, just in the fact that they wouldn't let Kevin Hart go. We'll keep it in the center.
All right.
So Jimmy Kimmel, who's he going with?
George Clooney.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, George would have got away with it.
You got to meet all 4. You got all 4.
Oh,
He's not going to get kicked out.
There's a little Clooney
Because
music for you
remember,
right
Debo
there.
asked if 50 Cent does it. 50's
Right.
getting tackled
50
and removed.
Mhm.
So you got to surpass that barrier. You're not going to get kicked out.
Mm.
And then you still got to come back, get the standing O like 20 minutes later.
No, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
And the standing O is
the
really
hard
the
one,
standing
yeah.
O is
That's
really.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
puts Will in a different category. I mean, really, it's like Will, Denzel, and I only think there's one other yes answer on my list, and we'll do him next.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the okay. I'm gonna go absolutely, because
Yeah,
the standing O.
that's the one that gets you right there.
It really does.
Standing
It really
up.
makes it difficult to pull an
There's
audience.
two spots you could trip. You could either get ejected, like 50 wouldn't even make it to
Yeah.
the standing O,
Right.
or you wouldn't get the standing O.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough.
I
one.
think this guy checks all 4 boxes.
Okay.
Especially if it's Jimmy Kimmel and not Chris Rock.
Well, but then is this our last guy? Because if it's the last guy, we're gonna give it to Kevin Hart.
No, I got a couple more.
Okay. All right.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks wouldn't have hit him.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't.
Tom
but
Hanks wouldn't have hit him though.
I
That's
don't think Brad Pitt would hit him.
You never know.
think,
Brad might have. Brad, and I even think Clooney would have tried. But hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on a second.
I'm not saying he would. I'm
Tom
just saying
Hanks.
he could. This is the could category now.
Yeah.
We're in the could.
Okay,
Tom
wait.
Hanks get away with that?
Tom will get the standing O.
Of course.
Tom
Yeah.
can pull down.
And he's not going to get kicked out.
He's not going to get kicked
No,
out.
he's not gonna get kicked out.
What are the
It
other
could
two?
be.
There's 2 more. There's 2 more.
You got to be able to win the award, best.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
actor.
Tom's
got that locked
Yeah,
up.
Tom
Yeah,
can do that.
The award was already decided before he got up to slap somebody. So
I know, but I wouldn't put it past the Oscars to kick him out and then just either not announce the award or just be like, Will Smith won Best Actor. We're moving on to Best Actress.
You
or
think they
whatever.
would have came over to Tom and whispered in his ear, "Can we speak with you in the back here for a second?" And then Tom was escorted by 2 ushers off. You think they're going to escort Tom off politely? Is that what you're
Not
saying?
Tom Hanks. No. I don't think they're.
No,
I think, matter of fact, Tom Hanks gets a standing O.
I think
Just the slap
as
down.
he walking out.
Wait, you saying Tom gets 2 standing O's? He
Yeah.
gets, oh God, what a performance! So he's just
Yeah.
oh God. He just-
And now Best Actor,
oh, thank you,
Or-
thank you.
Slappy McGee, Tom Hanks.
Remember that
Yeah.
time that I slapped you? That was like 5 minutes ago.
And he's the
I
cover
think
of
Tom would
Time,
have got
Man of
away
the
with
Year.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have got away with it.
I'm gonna give it to Tom Hanks. I'm gonna go ahead and because
Yeah, it's Tom Hanks.
it's Tom Hanks.
It's
man.
Tom Hanks.
He did Castaway. Wilson, bro. Wilson. So
Wilson, bro.
so we're gonna give it to Tom. Yeah, give it to Tom for sure. All right.
All right, we're gonna burn through a couple more real quick.
All right.
Javier Bardem.
Don't know who it is.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, No Country for Old Men, the bad guy.
Mm,
Mm.
no.
Skip that
Okay.
one.
Yep.
Meryl Streep.
Oh.
Ooh.
Could Meryl Streep check all 4 boxes?
Yes. Yes. If Meryl Streep had to get up out of her seat in her dress, her Halston dress, and go up on stage, and not get the award.
She did. Meryl Streep just did. Don't Look Up. Was that her last one that she just did, or no? Was that the wrong actress?
I don't think she
I
was
don't
in
know.
that.
I don't think she
That was a
in
good
that.
movie. I don't remember
It was a
Meryl
good
Streep
movie.
being
Which
in
one's
it.
She
Meryl
wasn't
Streep
in
again? Give me Meryl Streep. Because I'm thinking of someone different than.
I think you're thinking of maybe it was Jessica Chastain in that one,
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
and she
The
was
president. I'm thinking of the president. And Don't Look Up. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, she was in that.
Who's that?
well,
Yeah.
There you go.
That was her.
Meryl Streep?
You're right.
Hey, Debo remembers one. Yay.
You got it.
You're right.
Hey.
That was her.
What can I say?
Death Becomes Her. The Devil Wears Prada.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're thinking of the same person. Okay, good. Man,
Yeah, she could have got away.
I think she could have pulled it off, man.
Well, it's Meryl Streep.
She's got a whole lot of stripes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so first of all, she could have won best actress.
Yeah.
And right, we're like dunk. Okay, go get that
Yeah.
one. And then what else? Could she have?
Are they
Got
going
the
to kick her
standing
out?
now.
Are they gonna kick her
Oh,
out?
no, they're not gonna kick out Meryl Streep.
If they did, she would be looking over her shoulder the whole time as they walked her out, right? Like, guys, you see this shit? Like the whole time. But no, they're not going to ask her to leave. She's going to sit back down. Does she get okay?
If they kicked out Meryl Streep, the post Oscars coverage would just pull her on stage,
Yeah.
and you'd get like split screen. It'd be like, let's go to the Meryl Streep coverage. Let's go to the Oscars.
Yeah, I agree. Split screen. Which I would watch the Meryl side with a drink. They'd be like, just give her a drink and just let her talk.
Yeah.
No, but here, would she get the double standing? No, that was my maybe right there. Is it?
She would've. I think she would have, because one, it's Meryl Streep.
Yeah,
Right.
she might have got the standing O. It's a small room. It felt like a small room, so maybe she got. I feel like she could have got the standing O. I'm gonna give it to Meryl Streep. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Meryl Streep.
Right.
There you go. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, last one. And so if you want to make this,
This is
Kevin
going.
Hart,
Yeah, this is Kevin Hart. So we're just splitting the
it's going to
difference.
be awkward.
Yeah.
Leo DiCaprio.
Oh man. Okay, now you can go ahead and give us a year. Let's go ahead. There you go. I'll let you cool the waters here. What?
Leo DiCaprio. Well, see, here's the thing, because I feel like Wolf of Wall Street was his peak.
Okay.
But if you do it at Wolf of Wall Street,
What year is that?
That's a hard pass. It feels like not that long ago.
Yeah. Nah,
5 years ago.
Wolf of Wall Street
Yeah.
5 years ago? I think you're.
I don't know.
I think
the
it's more
pandemic
like
was
10.
6,000 years. If it was before that, I have no frame of reference.
I have no idea when it was.
All right. So we're saying.
But I still feel like that was a little too soon.
Yeah.
Too recent.
Yeah.
But
For-
if you're doing like
All right. So you want to give him back?
Heroin Diaries,
You want to give him back Jimmy Kimmel? Is that what you want? You want to put Jimmy Kimmel back on for?
Well, you tell me. Let's do it both ways. How about that?
Well, for Jimmy
'Cause
Kimmel,
it's easy with Kevin Hart.
right? it's 2022 has taught me that race relations are not quite what you think they are.
Right.
And so, but I do know that no one's going on stage cross race to slap somebody else at the moment. That's we're keeping those starting points of race wars off the table at the moment, right?
Oh,
Right.
So, but
Well, let me ask you this then.
okay,
Meryl Streep and Kevin Hart.
does
Kevin
Meryl
and
Streep
so-
slap Kevin Hart? Meryl Streep will slap
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
That's what I'm saying.
Meryl
Yeah,
Streep
she
will
can
slap.
slap.
Yeah, she'll slap Kevin Hart because she wouldn't
Yeah, she
care.
can slap him.
Yeah, she don't. She don't. That's what I feel. But
She's got enough stripes.
right enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is kind of what Will had over.
Well, my whole point
restaurant.
of the game was
Yeah.
this is not a long list.
Yeah.
Like, of all the people who could do this, sit back down, and they're just like, keep it moving. On to the next award. Oh, he won that? All
Yeah.
right, bring him up.
Oh man, not too many.
Yeah.
Well, to answer on the who was the last guy? There was one last.
Leo DiCaprio.
Does Leo get away with it?
Hell no.
No. First of all, he won't pull the standing O because he'll be like, did Leo just slap somebody?
Yeah.
I'm offended right now. Like, what's going on? They wouldn't really know how to, make sense out of it with him. So, yeah, Leo's not going to pull that one off.
Yeah.
Which I just want to preface this: we don't think any of you guys are going to slap people on stage, and we're not, pushing slap.
We're
people
not
on-
advocating for it.
Thank you. We're not advocating for the slapping of people on stage. But this is what you should.
Unless you're Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, or Meryl Streep.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Then we at least believe that you could get away with it. That's what we, at that point, it won't matter as much. Well, I tell you what, gentlemen, it is now time to take you guys to the room.
Can we go to the Globe Theater, please?
Is that where you're trying to make it to the Globe Theater?
The Globe Theater.
Well, I tell you what, Duder, why don't you take us straight to the Globe Theater and tell us why we're here.
Gentlemen, we're at the Globe Theater, where I'm going to regale you with a theater story. Okay. Do you know the Curse of Macbeth?
No.
I didn't think so.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
Okay, all right.
The Curse of Macbeth is a play written by William Shakespeare.
I thought so.
Denzel Washington was in the most recent movie adaptation, playing Macbeth. And Chris Rock on stage, pre-slap, said, Denzel, loved you in Macbeth. All right, this is all, we're all caught up.
It'll get there. We'll get there.
So the curse of Macbeth is that allegedly you're not allowed to say the word Macbeth in a theater unless you're rehearsing lines for the play Macbeth.
Okay. All right.
And so you have to say the Scottish king, the Scottish gentleman, or you got to talk around the Scottish play. Denzel loved you in the Scottish play. And then everybody watching is like, he wasn't in the Scottish play. What the fuck is Chris Rock talking about?
Yeah.
But that's what you got to say.
Okay.
Or you curse yourself.
I get it.
And he got slapped.
Less than 1 minute.
Damn.
53 seconds from the time Chris Rock said Denzel loved you in Macbeth. 53 seconds from Macbeth to
Wow.
Now it goes a little deeper. Will Smith was in what movie? What movie, G? For that, did he win the award for this year?
Oh, the King Richard.
King Richard, Shakespeare play.
Oh yeah.
Will Smith, W.S. initials. Will Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare. Yeah.
Denzel reportedly is the one who brokered the peace in a commercial break.
Yeah.
He played Macbeth. Yesterday was World Theater Day.
No, come on, man. You just speaking it all into truth.
Put it on your calendar, bro. You always pull up the holidays on the calendar. I got their application in triplicate. Yesterday was officially World Theater Day.
Duder, remind me to never go to a spooky theater with you again, bro, because you spooking the hell out of me, man. That's a lot.
Wow.
That's a lot, kid.
Yeah,
it is.
Mic drop, huh? Wow.
That's why I brought you guys here to the Globe.
Well, shoot. Shout out to the king or the Beth lady, or I don't know what I'm supposed to say, bro.
The Scottish play.
Thank you.
It's a great play.
Thank you. Scottish play. Good. I'm glad I learned that one today. G, any last minute shout outs before we let you go?
Chris Rock.
Ooh, shout out to Chris Rock. All right. Well, make sure you say to him the same thing he said to others about the play too. Maybe he'll learn his lesson from not getting slapped. Duder, any last minute shout outs before we get out of here?
Shout out Paige Buckets. Good luck in the Final Four against Stanford. And shout out the Scottish gentleman.
There it is. I like to give this one to those still doing what's doing, be done, all that good and bad stuff out and unfun out in Ukraine. We want to give it a shout out to just world peace, man. I decided I'm going to go for the big goal and see if we can just bring that down just a hair. And then I'm going to go ahead and double you up there with Paige, man. I hope she makes it all the way to the end. Dude and Debo with G, we're out of here. Peace.
Peace.